think that, yes, but I think the principal being the one in charge of the campus, somebody's got to have control of it. Okay? If there's no control, then any organization there could come at any time and make a request for funding.
Certainly they can come and ask for funding, but I'm not so sure I understand what this motion is. Is it for funding above and beyond the $55,000?
Basically, my motion would be that we continue to operate as we have been at budget time. They would come, we would do it, if anything came up, such as the bleacher project, then that must come through one of the principals if they have anything extra. That would keep us from having to go through every organization that would give money. They would have to go to the principal first, and the principal would have to come to us. And that's the way my motion is intended.
We have the motion, we have the second. Any further discussion?
I'm still not so sure that I understand what this is. So say the $75,000 that we appropriated for the bleachers, a good example. The principal was here asking for that money. So should we, again, take $55,000 out of that request, because that's what we've already allocated to the school? We're giving the schools this much money in an attempt that they can manage the requests that come to this mayor and council. The process may have some flaws to it because so much money got allocated to whatever it was this year. But then you have these other organizations, right, that would have liked to have had some of that $55,000 that are now asking us for something. So whether it went to technology or whether it went to whatever it might have been, am I saying you just, every one of these requests would require a principal to accompany that?
There you go. That's it.
Okay.
That's where I'm
And then I think you would get an explanation of where the other money went. Because now it's been a guessing game. Is we didn't get any, somebody else got some. So you take all that out, there should be a record of where the money went.
But say the fishing team, for instance, goes to the principal, and that $55,000 is already spent. Is the principal now going to tell the fishing team, sorry, we've already done as much as we can do with the city of Wetumpka? Or is the principal going to say, I will accompany you to a council meeting and we will ask for this $1,500?
They choose to do so.
If they choose to do so, if that principal who is over that campus, who this gentleman would work for, saw the need of that, then come forth, bring it before the city, plead your case.
And I think that puts us back square one, where the policy itself needs to be revisited and looked at, because if a particular principal who's presented this does not see value or does not want to present it to the council, then therefore you have a whole set of circumstances and other problems to come forward. Maybe we need to take the time and come back and let each of these individuals and groups come before the council individually. Maybe that's the answer to it. It worked. There was never a problem. The problem has only come about since this policy's been in place. I've seen it, it has flaws, so I don't think that this item number 7 is a solution, because we're right back to the same problem.
Okay, we have a motion, we have a second, we've had discussion.
Mayor,
Yes, sir.
go back to what we discussed in the work session. Could not you and the mayor, principal, have a meeting and to discuss this, to see what's the best solution for them, since they're going to be dealing with this more than we are. If there are more organizations in all the schools and they come to this, then the principal can go back and all the basketball, football, track, and dance, and performing arts, he or she need to meet with them the rest of them, some of them said, well, for the last 3 years, I didn't get one dime. I went to this organization, and then let the principal and these organizations, let them thrash it out, and then set another meeting. We don't need to, I think we need to wait until you get with the superintendent, and let's get some more feedback, because we keep going round and round in a circle with this. They didn't get it this year, they're not gonna get it next year. They're not gonna get it. And I think if you would meet with them and hear what they have to say, you present your case to them and hear their side, and then let the principal, because these all schools activity, coaches, go in there and sit down with him or her. Then at the beginning of the year, they can say, hey, I need 2,000, I need 1,000. And you have a couple in here, I mean, they've been working, I mean, $11,000, that's a lot. And bond rates are hard work. That's a lot of effort. That's showing that you're not asking for a handout. You're applying yourself to what you do. And that's what it's about. And this is what we need to do.
Councilman, you're offering that as a suggestion.
Yes, sir.
But until this council decides that's the way they want to handle this, so
We'll be right back.
we have a motion, we have a second on how this appropriations thing will be handled. If whoever made the motion is in the thought process with Councilman Washington doing it this way, and whoever had you had the second.
Yes.
But that's the only way we can do this.
I have confidence in the three principals that we have at our schools to make the decisions on how to spend the money. I don't particularly care to sit here and say that the wrestling team is more important than the cheerleaders or whatever, because they're all important if they're participating in something extracurricular. So that's just the way I feel. And we have a motion on the floor, we have a second, so.
We have a motion, we have a second, we've had discussion. All in favor of requiring a yeah, I'll get this in a minute. That all the appropriations for activities at Wetumpka High School, Wetumpka Middle School, Wetumpka Elementary School, those requests would come from the principals of the respective schools. All in favor, let this on be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Aye.
No.
It failed. Okay. All right, on the new business, collection of sales tax and use tax, and we're going to,
Let it be known that I abstained from that vote.
collection of sales and use tax, we want to review that, okay, and then we will not take action on that tonight, but we will review it. Okay, item 2 on the new business is a lease agreement for Corn Creek Park. You have that?
Mayor,
I do, I think.
I'd ask that you put on the agenda, and maybe Regina and what was it, police chief, have worked diligently with the Coosa River Paddling Club in getting this to this state. The Elmore County Commission has agreed to allow the commission chairman to enter into a month-to-month lease agreement to open Corn Creek Park. The condition was that the paddling club had certain things that they have responsibilities for, which are spelled out in the lease agreement, but they had asked that the city of Wetumpka also be a co-leasing, was that be?
No,
A leasing?
no, the city is not a leasing. We're
Okay.
only going into the agreement to the extent the city agreed to provide leasing for the park only, nothing else.
So the city has been asked to provide the policing of the park